أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ما شاء الله لا قوة إلا بالله. The co-chairman of our National Organizing Committee, my own brother and the only Kulisani of the MSS, the national president, who is also called the Amir of the Muslim Student Society of Nigeria, other members of the National Organizing Committee, and members of various subcommittees here present, distinguished and respected gentlemen of the media, our own dear students. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah, our thanks and gratitudes to Almighty Allah, by whose grace we are assembled here this afternoon to brief through our media friends, the entire citizens of Nigeria, and in particular the entire Muslim community in Nigeria and beyond, on the activities of what is known as the Muslim Student Society of Nigeria, MSSN. The Muslim Student Society of Nigeria, as earlier mentioned by the national president, is this year exactly 70 years old. This is about the oldest Islamic organization in this country, and the long-standing peaceful organization in the country within the Islamic communities. The MSSN came into being in the month of April and in the year 1954, somewhere in Lagos. And there were no more than a dozen of the founders. The first of his president, our renowned and beloved father, late Dr. Latif Adegbite, may Allah grant him al-Jannat al-Firdaus and reward him abundantly, and his colleagues that were inspired by God to establish the MSSN as it is known today. And it is for this reason that this befitting edifice of the National MSSN Mosque was named after him. I'm sure you'll see on the labeling outside, this mosque where we are making this presentation and press briefing is named after Dr. Latif Adegbite. This is the national headquarters of the MSSN. Now, before I go into the details of the plans of programs and activities for the 70th anniversary, it will be good to remind our listeners a little bit of the background of the MSS, its vision, its mission, and its general objectives, because – people need to know why the celebration. we need to know what did the MSS set out to achieve in the first place, which is worth celebrating. The vision of the MSS was and still is to establish an Islamic Ummah governed by the principles and rules of the Sharia. I'm sure the word Sharia is commonly known and is not been heard for the first time. The Islamic Sharia meaning to promote the understanding and the practice of the injunctions of Islam and the instructions as contained in the Holy Book of Quran and the Hadith, that is the sayings and the practice of our Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam. The general mission of the MSSN is also as follows. The MSSN is aimed to work relentlessly towards the establishment of a society that fosters all-round human development. To achieve this, the MSSN will continuously strive towards strengthening the Ummah, that is, its Muslim members, educationally, economically, spiritually, and politically, through a wide spectrum of activities in schools, and what we refer here the post-primary and post-secondary in general, and the larger society in partnership with like-minded organizations. To succeed, the MSSN must ensure that its members are God-fearing, knowledgeable, united, and with superior moral values. These are the central mission of the MSS. Now, this vision and mission has been broken down into many objectives in greater details, how to achieve this mission and the vision. These major objectives of the MSSN since its inception 70 years ago include: 1. To work towards the development of the Ummah that is guided by the Sharia. 2. To bring all Muslims in closer union and inculcate in them the true Islamic spirit of brotherhood and absolute faith in Allah as the only basis for the achievement of peace among mankind. 3. To encourage the study of the glorious Quran as a holy book and Arabic language as the lingua franca of the Islamic world, and ensure proper understanding of Islam among its members. 4. To promote the general welfare of Muslims and safeguard their fundamental rights in any community. 5. To constitute a strong force for the propagation and strengthening of Islam in Nigeria and throughout the world. 6. To champion the cause of the oppressed in any community. 7. To embark on deliberate capacity building with a view to meeting the manpower needs of the Ummah and the larger society. 8. To participate actively in the establishment and promotion of good governance and responsible leadership at various levels of the larger society. 9. To lay a sound foundation for financial self-sufficiency that will enable it to carry out its programs and also promote the development of an economically vibrant ummah that is self-reliant. These are the major objectives of the MSSN for the last 70 years. Alhamdulillah, within the years, a lot has been achieved, and let me also share with you what the society has passed through in the various decades since its inception in 1954. The first decade of the society, that was decade of crusade. This was a period when Muslim students were at the crossroads of either to survive as Muslims or submit to Christianity. That was what prompted the formation of the MSSN by its founding fathers. I'm sure those of you who are across the Federation who are aware of the history of Islam into Nigeria, there were certain parts of the country where serious challenges were experienced. Muslim children in schools, mostly in the southern part of Nigeria, were being compelled to either attend Christian missionary schools that were largely the only schools available then, and as a result of that, some of them who were in school in the minority numbers were being compelled to adopt either Christian names or change their faith against the wish of their parents. This prompted people like Adebite and Co. to think of their right as Muslims and decided to come together to protect their faith, to protect their identity as Muslims. This was largely what they went through the first decade of MSSN. The second decade in the history of the society was a decade of consolidation that brought about remarkable expansion through various initiatives, policies, and programs like seminars and conferences. This decade also witnessed the formation of 8 area units in the regions of the country. The founders, who were just about a dozen of them, felt that in the second decade there was need to expand their activities, and area units, if you like, branches, were established within the various regions. For example, there was the Western Area Unit A, another Western Area Unit B, and another Western Area Unit C. There was also the Near North Area Unit, the Far North Area Unit. There were also area units created in the axis of Bauchi Adamawa area units. the Midwest Area Unit, and the Lagos Area Unit. These were the beginning in the second decade of the expansion of the MSSN beyond Lagos. It was within the second decade that the MSSN introduced the prominent and popular Islamic vacation course, that is what popularly known as IVC, Islamic Vacation Course. Many of us are products of the Islamic Vacation Course. I remember my first IVC out of Kano and out of the north was in 1974, when I was virtually 19 years old, to Lagos. You can imagine at that time, at the age of 19, traveling by train under the auspices of the MSSN from Kano to Lagos and many other colleagues from the north. We had the Islamic Vacation Course in Lagos. You can see how far, how long ago the MSSN has been propagating and mobilizing the youth to be of moral standing in Islam. The third decade was tagged the decade of propagation. During zones within and B zone comprising all the southern states, while central branches were established to cater for the needs of those who have graduated and yet willing to continue identifying with the MSSN. This creation of A and B zone were largely the result of the large growing number of the MSSN and the number of schools. It became almost impossible to assemble all the IVC students across the Federation into one center. So for purposes of greater benefit, the structure was decentralized into A and B zone and almost other area units. The fourth decade was the decade of reformation, where issues of internal crisis that threatened the coherent existence of the society were addressed, especially in the B zone, while at the A zone issues of ideological front on the establishment of Islamic government were faced and resolved. And the increase in the number of state area units to 31 came up with the increase in the number of states in the Federation. Okay, imagine we started with 12 states, went to 19, to 31, and today 36 states. This naturally compelled the MSSN to create many branches and area units for its operation and for its activities. The fifth decade was the decade of rejuvenation. After numerous internal crises and challenges, the society reinvented some of the wheels and amended the constitution to address some of the causes of the crisis, and engaged in conducting seminars, retreats, and publications. The sixth decade was the decade of reintegration and consolidation. In this decade, the MSSN tried to retrace the path of its founding fathers. This gave rise to a retreat for the National Working Committee of the Society to further understand the objectives of the society. The society also witnessed a lot of consolidation in terms of documentation erection of physical structures, touring around the zones, area units, councils, and branches. Regularize meetings with the Board of Trustees, bringing brothers and sisters of secondary schools in the nation together to foster unity and contributions to national development. The 7th decade, which is coming to an end this year, which we are witnessing currently, could best be tagged as the decade for celebrating past successes and achievements. In it, the MSSN will strive to introduce new programs and processes that will consolidate the fostering of unity and brotherhood, and that will encourage members to participate in politics and in governance in general. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a brief rundown of what the MSS has been in the past years, 70 years. Within these years, it has produced numerous eminent students in Nigeria. There is hardly any Nigerian that passed through post-primary and or post-secondary school in Nigeria who has never heard of the name MSSN, Muslim Student Society of Nigeria. And as far as we are concerned, even though it is said to be students, you remain a student of MSS throughout your life. Hence, all of us sitting here and our colleagues nationwide, we still see ourselves and count ourselves as decided to form a national organizing committee to organize the celebration of the 70th anniversary. 70 years is a very major turning point in the life of any individual. And by every standard, globally, the age of 70 is an age of statesman years. And what is a of 34 members of the committee, and the membership cut across almost all states of the Federation, all geopolitical zones, and all certainly any profession as of today in Nigeria where you will not find a member of the Muslim Student Society. And in terms of occupying offices, beginning from the highest office in Nigeria, that of Mr. President, down through to various categories of leadership, both in the public and private sector, we have prominent Muslims who are also members of this society. In the meantime, my humble self and my colleague sitting by my left, Alhaji Kulle Sani, are the chairman and co-chairman, saddled with the responsibility to lead these 34 distinguished citizens to organize this celebration. For us to succeed like any other organization, we have formed subcommittees and assigned them with these responsibilities. The committees that we have created to plan the execution of the ceremony included contact, mobilization and protocol subcommittee. We have feeding committee, because we are bringing in students, current students from post-primary and post-secondary on the day of the grand finale of the ceremony, and of course transporting them, feeding them. When you are bringing thousands of them, we have to set up a committee to take charge of the feeding. And of course the first one I mentioned, content, mobilization and protocol, that subcommittee is to reach out to identify all prominent personalities, Muslims in Nigeria, mobilize them, remind them they are Muslims first before occupying the offices they are now. The third subcommittee we created is Finance Committee. Of course, there is no event that you'll do without relevant resources. The Finance Committee is charged with the responsibility of generating funds from the highest to the lowest member in school to donate generously to the preparation and generation of funds to continue the activities of the MSS. Number 4, we created a subcommittee on media and publicity. And to our great pleasure, the media and publicity subcommittee is behind the event we are holding today. It is under the leadership of this subcommittee that this press briefing is being conducted as the first major outing to let Nigerians know, through you, our good friends, gentlemen of the media, that this event is on its way, because we want everybody in Nigeria to be aware and conscious of how far the MSS has come. We also have a committee that will draw up the program of events, decide the theme that we shall be focusing on and sub-themes, and as well as identify relevant speakers. The number 6 committee is a subcommittee on publication. This is a committee charged with the responsibility of documenting into a book all that has been happening, all the activities, achievements, and programs of the MSS, putting it in a book which will outlive all of us, will be leaving behind the legacy stories to generations yet unborn, so that you hear what others did and you build on it and you leave behind good progress. And of course, we have the venue and accommodation and transport committee that is charged with the responsibility of organizing the venue, identifying the relevant venue, and arranging accommodation for invitees, dignitaries, and up to the level of students that will be brought into Abuja for that celebration, some that will require accommodation and local transportation, and even interstate transportation, bringing the various members of the area units to Abuja to participate. And of course, lastly is the security subcommittee that is charged with the responsibility of overseeing the entire security of the program, the events, before, during, and immediately after the event. We have to be properly secured, especially when you are bringing thousands. Our estimation, nothing less than 5,000 participants will be involved, both the low and high-level dignitaries up to the level of Mr. President. The National Working Committee, Organizing Committee, after due consultations, has fixed the 12th of October, Saturday 12th of October, as the day of the grand finale of the ceremony. That day we will be celebrating here in Abuja with all dignitaries and participants. Papers will be presented, discussions will be held, and pleasantries will be exchanged. There would be a pre-reunion dinner which will hold on the eve of the grand occasion, on a Friday the 11th. The grand reunion dinner will involve all past leaders of the union in the last 70 years, those who are still living, and the new generations will get together. It's not only an event to eat and drink, but to associate and integrate with all of us, to remind ourselves. Because we know, but for the MSS, some of us wouldn't have known other people across the boundaries of their states, especially these days when you have your primary, your secondary, your tertiary education just by the door of your house, at your backyard, with universities, colleges, polytechnics, and public and private schools springing up in virtually every street in Nigeria. If you don't have an organization that promotes integration between students across the borders of our states, we will not be fostering unity, and is one of the objectives. But for the MSS, I probably wouldn't have known my good brother here for the last 50 years, Alhaji Kullisani, and vice versa. You wouldn't have known me from across the other side. So this is, I've just told you a moment ago, if at the age of 19, MSS will carry me from Kano to Lagos for many days, that was a very big opener for many of us. And many of them also crossed over to the northern part of Nigeria from the south in the MSS. So you can see MSS has predated the NYSC that was brought in by the, exactly, by Gawan. Because as I told you, the decades, the area units in the 60s were already there. We had area units up in the north, in the southwest, in the southeast, the south-south, midwest, and the rest. Since then, we had all the interactions. Many people who didn't know, when in the days of Dr. Lateef Adebite, they see him all over the place in the Federation. Many were wondering as to when did he really become so global, nationwide. beyond the period of political arrangements of today. So in a nutshell, I'm happy to inform you that the MSS is ready to celebrate 70 years, and after that event, I'm sure the leadership of the MSS will sit down to shape next decades that will come beyond our lifetime. Many of us today are as old as the MSSN, and I'm sure we will not live to witness twice the number. Only Kulle, I wish you celebration of 140 or 50 years. By the grace of God, MSS will outlive all of us. I want to thank you for listening, and thank you for attending this briefing. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.